Welcome once again to another edition of the Brew. Jersey Joe here, Ion live in Vegas, and you ready for more bar talk this week. Question we put on social media for your consideration is, when the COVID-19 vaccine is officially approved, will you take it? Big question, big decisions coming up because now we don't have one but two COVID viruses that are totally, well, not quite cleared yet for your use, but one is 90% effective from Pfizer last week. And of course, Moderna announced here on November 16th, when you're watching this live as a streaming, that they have a vaccine that's 95% effective. So you have two different ones now. Question is, will you take it? Joel.
Oh, you're asking me? You asking me?
I'm talking to you.
First of all, check this out. I have to make sure that I'm drinking a little bit of celebratory. We got some Patron here, and I actually just poured it in this whiskey glass because I didn't feel like getting a shot glass. But anyway, the Patron tells me that a lot of people are probably not going to, and that's kind of where the problem lies. I think I would personally be okay with it if a couple things happen. One, rich people have to be taking it, and they have to be okay. So it has to be the top people taking the same vaccine that's available to me before I'll accept it. I'm not going to take just that one's for everybody, and this one's for me. And I also think there's going to be a lot of people who agree with me, and there's also going to be a lot of people who are not going to take it no matter what, which kind of makes the whole thing, is it even useful that way? I guess it depends how effective it is. What do you think, Joseph?
It's a lot to think about. I think by the time it trickles down to you and I, it'll already be through like the military. I think like politicians already have taken it. So I kind of agree with you. If it is the same formula that they're getting, then yes, I'll take it at that point. I got to say, though, in the back of my head, it does seem like this moved along pretty quickly, but the fact that two different companies came up with a vaccine that seems to work does make me trust it even more. But I just hope this isn't a start of I Am Legend with Will Smith. In that movie, they were curing cancer, but they all, gave everybody the shot, and then, well, they all turned into zombies. I hope that doesn't happen in this situation here. No. I think, though, by the time it trickles down to you and I getting it, it'll be safe.
These companies are both for profit. That's the thing you have to remember. We're talking about two companies that are for profit. They're not. It's not just like some in a different country where it's just going to be given to everybody. We're talking about we have a compound problem here.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what everything in this country is. It's all for profit. That's why it costs you, when you go to the hospital, $70 for a Band-Aid, or a Tylenol. It's, right. Yeah, and I understand those companies, they are getting, they're getting a reward from the government, billions of dollars, I believe, in fact, if they got the right formula to distribute it and everything. So, yeah, I know, but there's nothing we really can do about that. It's just, that's the American way.
Yeah, I guess.
Look, as long as the thing works and I can go travel and we can go back to the way we were and hopefully it's okay, then, you hope it's done for the right reasons. I see your concerns, though.
Yeah, they don't really have benefit of the doubt on their side. So let's get to some of your comments.
Craig says, no way, gotta make sure it actually works. Sky Cutie Pie 1 says, shit, probably, nice. Really mad treat. You bet I'll take it. I'm ready to travel, and I'm hoping countries will let you in if you've been vaccinated. And Michael Sean Flaherty, I love his answer. I will take the shot of scotch, the shot of whiskey, the shot of bourbon, and the shot to guard me against COVID-19. Well, hey, when you're talking about a show called The Brew, those are kind of shots that we both kind of like.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Matter of fact, cheers. Do another one.
I got to ask, I hope they have the vaccine in a tablet form, too, because as you know, I'm terrified of needles. I don't even get a regular flu shot or anything else. I'm really scared of needles. But this one, like I said, I'll probably do. But, boy, it'd be great if I could drink it in a tablet form, like that stuff they give you before you get a colonoscopy, liquid.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you. F*** needles. I mean, if it's an option. I don't think we're going to get the options, but let's hope.
Yeah, let's get the Bacardi Corporation working on that.
Hey, that'll work.
More of your comments. Bronx Bombers 46 says, I won't have a choice, military. Well, first off, let's recognize Bronx Bombers 46, recognize her service. Thank you for that. But she is right. The military are getting it first, and then the elderly and your politicians. So hopefully, her and everybody in uniform, they're all okay after this.
Yeah, and I agree with that, by the way. So I'm happy that the people who are most vulnerable are getting it. The only problem is, again, half of the population doesn't know if they have underlying health care or health issues. They don't have health care, so it's who knows who's vulnerable here.
This whole situation did definitely expose some issues we have lying, in our whole way we're living. Unfortunately, it is. Colin writes in, he says, feed me all the vaccine. If it means life, we can carry on. And Courtney's got the final comment. Politicians should take it first. If the vaccine works, the politicians are okay. If it doesn't work, the country is okay. He kind of agrees with you, Joel, but part two of that, of what Courtney says, that's an interesting experiment.
Yeah, but it's like the main point is they have to be the ones to put their money where their mouth is, because everybody's supposed to be trusting them. So I don't want to I'm not listening to anybody that doesn't lead by example.
Well, Trump is Superman, and he got whatever medicines they had available for him, and, he was safe within a couple days, so clearly something's got to work somewhere.
They know something. I just, I don't know what it is, and I don't know what they're going to tell the public. We're talking about, all kinds of crazy shit at this point.
Well, let's get to the poll right now, and this is the closest poll we've ever had on the Brew, so this is interesting. Will you take the COVID-19 vaccine if it's approved and distributed? 47% of you said no, only 53% of you said yes, and that was only a slim margin by a couple of votes. That is really tight, so you will, but this is not unanimous. Not everybody is jumping on board with this one, and that seems to be what everybody seems to be saying on social media. I think this fits in properly.
Right, and that goes back, that's exactly what my main point was to kick off the show. Roughly half the population is going to say no. That poll is a really good indicator of what the country is as a whole, because it's right around that much. So knowing that, making a vaccine, now how many more problems does that present?
So politicians take note of this poll. We are average Americans, average people doing this show, and people are conflicted. So get out there and figure out how to make this right and make it work, because as you can see, not everybody is okay and on board with that. And that's a little scary, got to admit, but it's the truth. So there it is. And I have no idea if there's a margin of error in this poll. We're not Fox News. We just put this thing up on Twitter and people click. But you want to walk away a guaranteed winner. You click that like or subscribe button down below for all the fun here in the Jersey Show 50 YouTube channel. Game shows, fun, bar chat, and more waiting for you each and every week. So, Joel, I can say once again, we're actually helping out society with our web show. And we learned something too. So there you go.
I try and learn something every week, but the only problem is I'm usually pretty f***ed up when we're doing this show, or I'm just about to go to bed. One of the two, sometimes both. So I forget it by the end of the day. It's pretty good.
Like we said, once again, politicians, your average Americans right here meeting online for a drink. Bar talk telling you the way it is. Jersey Joe here, I Am Live, saying thanks for watching. Be safe, and we'll see you next time, I hope.